again, thank you so much, David, for coming this evening to the launch of Hinchinbrook Life Newspaper. It means so much to us and also to the broader community here.
Right.
We appreciate this little one-on-one that we've snuck you away for as well with
It's
the
the
party
second
going
one-on-one
on
now.
outside. It is, isn't it? I know.
It's preferential treatment for your publication.
Well, thank you. We appreciate it massively. I guess the first question I was interested in asking was, you are a massive success story for your own community. There are people, kids probably, who are living in small regional communities and they think, oh, I don't have a chance of becoming a premier. What would you say to those people who you know that it's possible, and what would encourage them, do you think?
You shouldn't be defined by your postcode or how much money your parents have got in their wallet or what you believe. It's Queensland, it's Australia, it's the land of opportunity. So go out and do what makes you happy and work hard, and ultimately that will lead to what you want to achieve in life. And it doesn't matter what somebody wants to achieve, provided you are your best version of yourself. You should not be defined by where you live or where you grow up.
And is that your two rules, I guess, is that, go after what you want, be passionate and work hard? Is that the main secrets to your success?
Definitely work hard, but also love what you do and be the best at it. So the advice my parents always gave me is, I don't care what you do for a job, do whatever you like, but I just want to know that you work to be the best at it, and that's important. And it doesn't matter whatever journey people go on, enjoy your work, go to work, be part of your community, and that's why I wanted to come here. Is you are the platform for people to tell their stories in a community, because otherwise they don't get told. And when a community loses a newspaper, it loses a little bit of its soul, it loses a little bit of what makes it special. So you're helping fill that void. It's really special, really special.
Thank you. The next question I had in mind was, being from Ingham, does that mean that Ingham's now going to get some special treatment from the Premier? Is that going to happen?
I'm pretty partial to this place. I'm pretty biased towards it. And if I wasn't, I've got a very annoying father who texts me every morning.
You up.
No doubt.
But more to the point, I guess, it was about Ingham, but it's more about regional communities. I know you're passionate. You're from a regional community. What is it that you're going to do as Premier that other Premiers that perhaps weren't from regional communities were unable to do that you will now be able to do?
Make sure that there's a fair share for people living in regional Queensland. Make sure that everyone is treated equally, and I'm a big believer in that. You shouldn't divide a state. I always say that, and people often say to me, why don't you support daylight saving? Well, the reason why is because I've lived at both ends of the state, and I would never pursue anything that divides the state. I want one Queensland, and I'm as passionate about making sure that a young person growing up in Brisbane has an opportunity as a young person growing up in Boolyah. Everybody should have an opportunity, and we're a great state because of that. And I'm genuinely passionate about making sure that every Queenslander is treated equally, every Queenslander has the opportunity, and we go on from there.
Wonderful, thank you. The next question I'd like to ask, on behalf of every newspaper in Queensland, I guess, the Queensland Country Press Association have done some amazing work for regional newspapers all over Queensland. The big question is, what would it take for the state government to put a page a week in every single newspaper in all of Queensland? What would we need to do for you to make it, for it to be viable for you?
It's not without precedent. It happens in Victoria, and the Victorian government's done it for some time. I'm a big believer in value for money and making sure that communities get value, and I think they do out of regional papers. So I'm happy to sit down and work on that as something that we might consider into the future.
Wonderful, thank you. A couple of other questions that I just wanted to keep it more lighthearted now. What are your plans for Christmas? Are you going to relax with your family, or are you coming back here to spend time with your mum and dad?
We are desperately trying to see if we can get a couple of weeks together as a family.
Yeah.
But I look at the weather forecast.
It's all about the weather at the moment, isn't it?
Look, if I'm in a job that I love, and if my state needs me, I'll be there. And last year, on Christmas night, a really big storm went right across the area that I represent on the Northern Gold Coast. So I went back to work on Boxing Day, and I'm praying that maybe we can get a couple of weeks reprieve. But I look at the forecast, and it looks like there's rain ahead. So let's hope. But anyway, for the sake of the state, we really hope that it's a summer without Mother Nature throwing what it can at Queenslanders.
Absolutely.
If it doesn't, well, people need to know that we're ready. We're ready to respond. And if it doesn't, I'll maybe a quiet beer and a prawn somewhere beside a pool might be nice too.
Oh, that sounds lovely. And in terms of news resolutions, 2025 is around the corner. For both you personally and also for the state, what are your goals?
for the state to do the things that we said we were going to do. I'm a big believer in that, a big believer in KPIs. So I had a 100-day plan, and I broke it down into first week, first month, end of the year, first 100
Wow.
days. And so far, with the first month down, we've done every single thing that we said we were going to. And by the end of the year, I said we'd have those Making Queensland Safer laws, which I spoke to you about last time we spoke. That's important to me, to make sure that there's consequences for actions when it comes to youth crime, and that we can do early intervention as well. So that's important by the end of the year. I want to tick off on every single one of those. That is important. So that will be the New Year's resolution, to keep doing what we said we're going to do. Personally, they're very difficult to keep. And the only New Year's resolution that I ever kept a couple of years ago, I committed to eating more bacon. And I did that. So
Eating more bacon.
Yes.
Most people commit to eating less bacon.
No, eating more. And I kept that. So I think I'm going to go back to eating more bacon.
I love that. Well, David, thank you so much. Thanks for coming. Thanks for everything you're doing for the state right now. Appreciate you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks for your interest.